So that was something like 1/4 of parliament went to the opposition. This is the highest opposition parties reached. The Islamists were represented also in this parliament. That was a kind of trying to accommodate the Islamists and also encompass them and contain them within the political system. That is, I think, the peak of President Mubarak's political stability as he managed to achieve it. Then the curve went down all the time until today it's maybe at its worst. I can compare these elections of '87 with the elections of '95, which we had in November '95, and these were perhaps our worst elections in all our modern history, because out of 444 seats to be contested, the ruling party, National Democratic Party, managed to get 318, for example. Then there were candidates standing as independent candidates. About 100 of them were elected. Immediately after being elected, about 99 of them joined the ruling party. Immediately. They were actually from the ruling party, but they had to stand as independent candidates because there were these intra-party struggles between different factions and so on. But once they were elected, they joined the ruling party. Hence, the majority of the ruling party in parliament went up to 420 or something out of 440. So the whole thing looks like a big joke. It doesn't look like a serious matter at all. The only opposition representation in the incumbent parliament, this one which was elected in '95, are 5 members from the Tagammu party, which is the left-wing party. And these were actually allowed to win their seats because the government wanted such a representation in parliament. Otherwise, they would have acted against them too and not allowed them to win such seats. So there are 5 from the Tagammu. And there is one gentleman from the Liberal Party, the Ahrar Party, and one gentleman from the Islamic groupings. He belongs to the Muslim Brotherhood, as we know, but he had to join the Labour Party, which is another representation of the Islamic movement, because the Muslim Brotherhood has no legal status. So that's one member of parliament. And another problem with this parliament is that no Copts, Egyptian Christians, were elected to this parliament because of the big mistake that the ruling party did not put on its electoral slate any single Copt. They were all Muslims. And that was kind of political, how would you call it, faute majeure, as we say in French. It's a big mistake, because it affected the sectarian situation in the country, and the Copts of Egypt felt that they are not just underrepresented, but not represented at all. And the ruling party does not even allow them certain candidacy, let alone election and win parliamentary seats in effect. But of course, the President of the Republic appointed about 7 of them. Out of the 10 seats, he has the right constitutionally to appoint a parliament. So just redressing the balance in a symbolic way, which in the views of some of us is counterproductive, because it is a bad story about Egypt that the Christians of Egypt, who are part and parcel of the nation, can get into parliament only if the President of the Republic appoints them, which is a silly prospect. It's not a nice image. And I think some people are capitalizing on this big mistake, here especially in the US administration, to treat the issue of Egyptian Copts as a minority, which is a term Copts themselves don't like it, and we Muslims don't like it, because the Copts of Egypt have distinctive history as the genuine Egyptians. They are not a minority in any negative sense. They are even a quality majority, if you like, because of their activity in the country and their contribution to public life and to national wealth and all that. So we don't like the word minority at all. We feel offended if it is used in the case of the Copts. But with such political mistakes, this fuels the use of such terms, that they are not elected, they are not given a chance, and so on and so forth.